Hey everyone, Albena from Bulgarian Mama is cooking here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make something really delicious, simple and easy for lunch or dinner. So if these chicken patties look good to you, then keep on watching. Okay dears, before we go further with this video, if you are interested in such content, support the mama by hitting the subscribe button with the bell on. I promise you, you will absolutely love my recipes, so let's get started. So for this recipe, I'm gonna use chicken breast. I'm gonna use 4 chicken breasts. However, you can definitely use chicken thighs as well. Just make sure that you're using at least 6. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is finely chop the meat. This is the most annoying and time-consuming part of the recipe. However, it is totally worth it. Now that the most annoying part is done, however, make sure that you're finally chopping the meat. I'm gonna go ahead and grind 1 medium potato. For this recipe, I'm using yellow potato. Next is the onions. I'm gonna mince about 1/4 of an onion. In my opinion, this is just enough. But however, if you prefer to use a little less or a little more, go for it. Alright, so I'm adding the cheese to the chicken, and for this recipe I'm using mozzarella cheese. If you prefer to use something else, go for it. However, make sure that the cheese is going to melt and is not too hard. And then the minced onions and grind potatoes are going in the bowl as well, and that's done. So now in a separate bowl, I'm going to beat up 2 eggs, and to that I'm going to add some herbs. Now here in this recipe, you can definitely use herbs upon your choice, but I'm going to tell you what I used. I'm using vegetable stock, and I always recommend that you buy a low in sodium veggie stock. However, if you don't have one, then definitely do not add any salt. Also, I'm using some dried thyme and lovage. If you're wondering what is lovage, this is something that really tastes like celery. So if you prefer to go ahead and use celery for this recipe, then go for it. And the last one is basil. Trust me about the basil. Mixing them well to combine, and then the eggs with the herbs are gonna go straight to the rest of the ingredients. And then mix them all well to combine. Here you can use your hands, you can use a fork, you can use a spatula, whatever works for you. The last ingredient for this mix are breadcrumbs. Now here, if you're asking if you want to use flour, I definitely don't recommend that you use flour. In my opinion, it doesn't work well. Use breadcrumbs, is definitely better. It's gonna make the burgers or the patties taste very crunchy and absolutely delicious. So definitely recommend that you try with breadcrumbs. So before we go ahead and cook those chicken patties, I definitely recommend that you give this mix at least 5 minutes to set. So a really easy way to shape those patties is using a ring. However, if you don't have one but you happen to have a ramekin, then definitely go ahead and use the ramekins, and I'm going to show you how. So grab a ramekin, grab a spoon, and start filling it up with the chicken, and make sure that you fill it up very, very well. Smooth the surface with the spoon just like I'm showing in the video, and it's ready to go. And now the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to seal those chicken patties. Now, how do I do that? I'm going to show you. First, I'm going to preheat the pan on a high heat. I'm also adding some olive oil just for the taste. My pan is a non-stick. I don't definitely need to use that, but I absolutely love the color that the patties have after using the olive oil. So you need the pan to be really hot, very well preheated before you go ahead and add the patties. So do not add them sooner. Just wait, give it time. Okay, so now patties are in the pan, and I'm going to give them 1 to 1.5, maybe 2 minutes, or until they reach this beautiful golden brown color. Do not turn them sooner than that because you want them to be crispier on the outside as well as juicier on the inside. So definitely give them time, but don't give them too much time. So it has to be in the middle. I would say 1.5 minutes per side. So here I figured that if you run a knife on the outer edges of the ramekin, the chicken patties come out easier. So you're welcome. So after the sealing process, if there are any leftovers in the pan, like little pieces of chicken or onions, and make sure to remove them. Of course, be careful not to burn yourself. So now I'm gonna prepare the sauce that I'm going to finish the patties in. So I have sour cream and this homemade tomato sauce that I'm going to link for you guys if you want to take a look. It's really easy to make. And to that I'm also adding some water. I'm mixing it well to combine, and then this goes straight in the pan. However, before you add the sauce, make sure that all patties are in the pan and the pan does not have any leftovers all over it. Also make sure that the heat here is low to medium. You don't want it to be high, you want to give this time to cook. Lid goes on, 15 minutes per side. After the 15th minute, flip them, another 15 minutes, and they're done. That's it. And if you wanted to make some extra sauce, just use some sour cream and some tomato paste. If you don't have a homemade one, you can just buy from the store. It's absolutely fine. It will do the same thing. It's not gonna taste as good, but it's still gonna taste okay. Add just a little tiny bit of water, maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons, and bring it to boil. And that's it. You got yourself some extra sauce. Now these are ready. I'm going to move them in a plate. If you prefer to keep them in the pan, that's totally fine. I just wanted to get to the extra sauce because it's just so delicious. You can store this in the fridge for up to 3 days. However, I don't believe you're gonna have what to store because I believe that these are going to be eaten very, very quickly. If you decide to give this recipe a chance, I will greatly appreciate if you come back to this video and leave me a comment with your feedback on. Thank you for watching and supporting Bulgarian Mommy's cooking. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button with the bell on for more recipes, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye for now!